Hi, guys, and welcome to the BucklesBerry Lemonade Podcast. Tonight, we're not talking about folklore or ghost lights. We're talking about a kind of modern day ghost, the professional thief. Jewelry stores are the last bastion of true high value portable wealth. They represent the ultimate risk reward calculation for a criminal. And in North Carolina, over a recent 7-year span, 3 different crews showed us 3 entirely different ways to steal hundreds of thousands and possibly even millions of dollars in glittering gold. 3 methods, 3 levels of audacity, and 3 vastly different outcomes. This is the story of the North Carolina jewel heists. Stay tuned, guys. This is going to be a good one. We start in Asheville, North Carolina, at Spicer Greene Jewelers on a mild afternoon in May 2017. This was a smash and grab. That's the art of extreme commitment and speed. It's 4:15 p.m. in the afternoon. 7 employees are on the inside. The owners are there as well, Elliot and Eva Michelle Spicer. The Spicers had invested heavily in security, but nothing prepares you for sheer, terrifying boldness. 3 figures pull up to the front door, not in a car, but on 2 different dirt bikes. They're fully concealed, black clothes, full face helmets. And this becomes important later on. The motorcycles, they ensure they can instantly weave through city traffic and vanish into the mountain roads and trails that surround Asheville, North Carolina. The men burst inside the jewelry store. They're armed with a hammer and a handgun. One stands guard, pointing a weapon, forcing the terrified employees to the other side of the store. The other 2 men have one target, a specific case holding loose diamonds. And the owner later confirmed something chilling. They were operating on a timer. As soon as the first man stepped inside, they all started yelling a countdown: 60, 45, 30. And in under a minute, one case is shattered. The thieves grabbed the haul. Over $1 million in loose, unregistered diamonds. The most valuable, most portable, and hardest to trace items in the whole store. And when they reached 15 seconds, they were out, roaring off on those motorbikes before police could ever begin to process the 911 call. The owners called it very professional, and they were likely right. This wasn't just a local junkie. This was the work of a highly trained crew, probably flown in just for the job. The loose diamonds, or rocks as Elliot Spicer called them, they're easily broken down, recut, and then sold internationally. The speculation is, given the high value and use of dirt bikes, police suspected an organized group that just specialized in jewelry smash and grabs, possibly linked to the East Coast or international crime rings that use fast vehicles to defeat city traffic. It's also a common tactic in Europe, but as of today, the suspects remain at large. They had the audacity of speed, shock, and surprise, and it paid off. Our next case is the opposite of a smash and grab. This was a sustained, coordinated, multi-jurisdictional operation driven by a cold, calculating mind. The target this time was K Jewelers, a national chain in 2 different locations, Elizabeth City and Garner, North Carolina. The mastermind, Charles Anthony Walker Jr., a man with a chilling past. He had already served time for murder, but Walker acted as the planner and the logistics chief. He recruited the crew, provided the vehicles and the weapons, and formed the escape routes. His method wasn't about speed. It was about intimidation and control. In both robberies, one took place in July and the other in October of 2018. The crews were fully armed. They weren't just smashing cases, they were asserting dominance. In one instance, they handcuffed an employee behind her back, leaving her helpless after shoving her in a back room. They stole almost $600,000 in jewelry, but the true cost was the terror they inflicted on the staff. Walker even employed a bizarre distraction tactic, sometimes acting like a fearful customer himself, just to case the place unnoticed. But unlike the Asheville thieves, this crew was caught through meticulous federal investigation. Walker was later convicted on multiple counts, including the Hobbs Robbery Act. But here's the most chilling detail. While awaiting trial, Walker tried to have one of the cooperating witnesses intimidated, so he was also charged and convicted of witness tampering. This reveals the sheer violent control that Walker intended to maintain, even from behind bars. His sentence? 411 months, over 34 years in federal prison. For Walker, the audacity was not just in the crime, but in the belief he was somehow above the law. That belief and his willingness to use extreme violence and manipulation helped seal his fate for sure. June 2024, Gold Rush Jewelers in Rocky Mount, North Carolina. The crew here knew that smashing glass would draw attention, and a timed robbery, well, that risks confrontation. So they chose stealth. Their target is the vacant storefront next door. And under cover of darkness, they broke into the empty store and began the painstaking work of cutting and tunneling through the shared wall into the jewelry store's back room. They slipped inside, avoiding the front sensors and entry points. Their first action? Systematically disabling the security cameras and alarms from the inside. They essentially turned the store into their own workplace. Once the store was silenced, they broke into the main safe, cleaning out almost $800,000 in gold and diamonds. A reported 85% of the entire store's inventory. When the owner found the damage, he first thought the roof had caved in, not realizing that a professional crew had been working next door for hours. And again, the speculation in this case was this was not a local crew. Rocky Mount Police and the FBI are still investigating this burglary. The police suspect it's connected to a highly organized South American crime ring. These groups are known for this exact same method. They'll use neighboring units, tunneling, digging, disabling systems to complete the ghost robberies. And they do it all with zero confrontation. They are patient, methodical, and they often target stores across the country, selling the stolen goods in a sophisticated international black market. And there you have it. 3 distinct methods of stealing millions in wealth from the Carolinas. The Asheville smash and grab, it's quick, violent. It relied on speed and the anonymity of a helmet. The perfect crime if you can fence hot diamonds internationally. Then the K jewelry robberies, coordinated, armed, relying on control and intimidation. A case where the planner's ego, well, that led to his downfall and decades in federal prison. Then you have the Rocky Mount burglary, slow, patient. They relied on stealth and engineering, an intricate display of tradecraft, so to speak, where the thieves treat the building itself as a puzzle box. 3 stories of crime, each one demonstrating that while the motive is simple, it's always money. The dedication and the audacity of the thieves can be truly astonishing. Folks, that's all the lemonade we have for you tonight. Stay safe out there. And remember, guys, sometimes the scariest things aren't the ghosts, but the people who move like them.